Good morning. I have been trying to make this video for a long time, but I finally feel like I'm ready to. Whew. It's amazing. I quit Beachbody it was a little over 4 years ago. And it has taken me until now to fully process everything that happened. So let's get started where I was before. I had my fifth baby in 2013, and we lived in Washington and didn't necessarily have we didn't have any family. We had an amazing friend network and an amazing support group there, but I was really struggling with me. I missed working full-time. I missed having that sense of purpose outside of being at home. And I loved being a mother, but I had this these warring sides within me. So I finally decided, I'm like, you know what? I can't keep doing this. I've got to do something else. And I kind of went back to what I loved, and I loved Chalene Extreme, or not Chalene Extreme. I loved Turbo Jam, which was created by Chalene Johnson. And I started doing that. And I had previously bought a bootleg copy of Chalene Extreme, and it's a weights program. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to start lifting weights because I want to be strong. So I started that program. And I started that program, I want to say it was probably February or March of 2015. And I started it on my own. I was loving it. I was having a lot of success. But I kept wondering, is there something more that I could do to amp up the results? And they have those stupid Shakeology commercials, and I started getting curious. And then I saw a friend from high school, and she was doing it, and she was making money doing it, and she seemed so happy. And so I decided to start. I was like, do you know what? I will give it a try. I'll give Shakeology a try. I don't want to coach though, because who would want to follow me, right? I'm super insecure. I'm overweight. Now, by this point, in that about 3-month time frame, I had lost 55 pounds. I killed it. Those first 3 months, I don't know what happened, but my body was like, yes, we need this. And so I contacted her and I was like, I want to keep going. I'm not sure what to do next. And the meal plan with Chalene Extreme wasn't fantastic. It was pretty generic. And so she recommended 21 Day Fix and Shakeology. And I decided, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's try. And doing that, she said, it makes the most sense to sign up as a coach when you buy your challenge pack, because they waive the coach fee and you get a discount on the products. And sure, you have to pay a monthly website fee, but your discount will more than make up for that cost. And then that way, if someone does want to follow you, and someone does want to join you, you could make a commission. And I was like, okay, I like saving money. Washington is crazy expensive. So I was like, great. If I could earn extra money, fantastic, but let's do this. And I went full in on 21 Day Fix. I was I was measuring out everything in the containers. I also was, I was told on the food lists that give you for each of the food groups that have containers, the higher you stay on the list, the better your results. So I am a rule follower. And I wanted the greatest results. So I was like, all right, I'm going to stay up here at the top. So my poor family had some pretty crazy meals during that time frame, but it worked. It was working. So I had lost I lost 75 pounds doing Beachbody programs. And that 75 pounds, I really lost within 6 months. The 3 months before I started, and then the 3 months after. So I was down to 75 pounds. And everybody was like, holy crap, what are you doing? And it just made sense. It just made sense to talk to people about it. Now, I am not going to go very much into coaching because that's a whole different video. But I had a lot of success with it, and I had other people doing it with me, and we had this great, amazing group. But like I said, I had always loved turbo. And I had told my husband, I don't know, quite a while ago, that one of my dreams was to teach turbo. But I couldn't imagine doing it. And I would do it when I lost all of the weight that I wanted to. I would do it when I hit my goals and looked ripped and amazing. And my husband was like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why would you wait? Why would you wait to teach? You can show people that they can do this, even if they aren't at their goal weight. And it will be very inspirational, especially if you consider how many instructors are like Barbie dolls. And if they can see someone who's real doing it, maybe you can inspire a lot of people, Amy. So he signed me up for the training. He was like, guess what I did? And he told me that he had signed me up. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Okay, I will go. So I went and got certified in turbo. And I guess it was February 20th of 2016. So by this point, I had been a year into my journey. I had maintained my 75 pound weight loss, but I hadn't lost anything additional. And I kept going like up and down. I never went below the 75 pound weight loss, but sometimes it was 65 and sometimes it was 75. And I was just bouncing up and down and was finding myself sometimes binging and kind of losing my mind. And really going back to some of the disordered eating that I'd had in the past. But I get certified to teach turbo. And it was really funny because I was like, okay, I'm not really going to teach this. Like, let's be real. And I decided I have my church group. I have a church group that we work out every morning together. So maybe I'll ask them if I can teach them one class. So I did. I asked them, hey, would you guys be up for doing this one of the days? Absolutely. Let's do it. And we actually had quite a few people that would come to that class. It was free. Kids just kind of ran around and played and just gave a lot of us moms a good opportunity to just get out. And I taught it. Well, one of the ladies that came to my class told the group fitness manager, I don't know what her exact title was, at the new YMCA that was being built about my class. And the YMCA contacted me and said, hey, we would love you to come and do a demo for us, and we can see if maybe we want to do this. Maybe we want to add it to our schedule. Holy cow. Okay. So I prepared and went and taught it, and they were like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Would you be interested in a permanent spot on our class list? Absolutely. Like, sure, let's do this. And I will just mention, for those that are like, oh, I would love to do that and make extra money, you do not make extra money as a fitness instructor. Just so you know. The pay is horrible. Oftentimes you have to go and have an evening class to hit the full membership of the gym. And by the time you look at, you normally purchase additional choreography and music and different things, you are making no money. So be nice to your group fitness instructors. They are doing this because they love it, not because they're getting paid very well. So I started teaching. And it was interesting, within the Beachbody coach community, there were two different sides of Beachbody. There was Beachbody Live and then Team Beachbody. And I was in both. I was in both groups. Beachbody Live was just the group fitness classes. So I got certified in turbo first. Well, then as I'm teaching, I taught like two classes, I think, on the schedule. A morning class, I think it was Thursday mornings at 9:30, and then Tuesday evenings. Those were my classes. And I would do those classes. Plus I would a lot of the time teach at my church for free. So I'm now increasing my workouts by a lot. And the big thing with all of these Beachbody Live master trainers. They all were, I shouldn't say all, most of them were pretty high up in the company on the Team Beachbody side. And my biggest thing was, okay, how do I balance these workouts? How do I balance what I'm doing? And they said, just remember, when you teach, that is not your workout. That is your class's workout, because you're not focused on yourself. You're focused on your class. That does not count as your workout. You still need to do your workout, because you want to show people that you're doing the Beachbody programs and that everything's working for you. So I did it, and I was working out a lot of hours per day, a lot. And then, because by the way, teaching Turbo Kick is a difficult experience because you have to be on the 8 count, and it's a lot. So I had to practice it a lot. I was doing a lot. And then the YMCA came to me and said, everybody loves you. They love you as an instructor. Would you be interested in getting certified in a strength class? I was like, yes, because my passion was and always has been the fitness side. I love aerobics. I love aerobics. So I went and I was like, oh, let me look. Oh, Beachbody Live teaches P90X. I'm going to get certified in P90X. So I did. So now I have 2 certifications. They had me start teaching P90X. I think it was 3 mornings a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that was an hour each class. And again, it doesn't count as your workout. It doesn't count as your workout. I was also teaching at my church. So I was doing that 5 days a week most of the time. And so I was doing, at that point, I would say probably 3 to 4 hours of workout a day. I did not adequately understand what I was doing to my body and to my metabolism, and the fact that I was in no way eating enough. So just my normal day, I would say I was working out 3 to 4 hours. But then, you guys, I am such a people pleaser, such a people pleaser. If anybody needed a substitute, absolutely, I'll sub your class. Absolutely, I will do that for you. And I remember one day I taught 5 classes, 5. And I felt like I needed to do my own workout. So by the end of that day, I had worked out for about 7 hours total. I was dead. It was awful. But I was loving it. What I didn't love was that I seemed to be gaining weight. And it was, what? If it was just working out, I would be like a Victoria's Secret model. I work out all the time. How is my weight not being impacted? I don't get it. And then I would talk to my coach, who was zero help. And I would talk to her upline, and her upline and I were such good friends. We hit it off. We partnered together on everything. We actually found out that she knew all my family. She had graduated with a cousin, and like, it was crazy. It was crazy. We were like, we vibed. I'm like, what do I do? Why am I gaining weight? She's like, I don't know. Maybe you need to look at the fixed containers that you're eating. Maybe you need to go down a bracket. Maybe you need to go up a bracket. I don't know. And that is the crux of it. Beachbody coaches don't know. They don't know. They are basically cheerleaders. So it would be taking a cheerleader and having them coach the football game and then wondering why they're not winning the Super Bowl. Maybe because they don't have any expertise and they don't have any knowledge. And nobody could help me. Nobody could help me. And so I also during this time, I got certified. Seriously. I got certified in SIZE, which was a dance program, Country dance program, and Core de Force, which was mixed martial art. But not really. kind of a ghetto version of it. That's what I'll say. But I started doing all of these. And what I would find is that I was continuing to try and eat all of the foods at the top of the containers, and I wasn't eating enough. And I would binge. On all kinds of stuff, and then beat myself up, like, why can't I stick to this? What is wrong with me? Not realizing that was my body's defense mechanism against everything I was doing to it. I was killing it. I was killing my metabolism, but I didn't know, and I didn't understand. So what did I do? Well, in addition to my workouts, I was going on a lot of walks so that I could just breathe. And I would listen to podcasts. And Shalene Johnson, she was my girl. So I was listening to her podcast, and I was introduced to one of the very top Beachbody coaches who happened to have her own diet program. And it was called the MAID diet, which was moderate protein, adequate, it's something like this. Moderate protein, adequate fat, decreased carbs, eat in an 8-hour window. And she had this whole book, and it was like, well, what I'm doing right now isn't working, so maybe I'll try this. So I started the MAID diet, and I was like, holy crap, this is working for me. And I'm seeing results again. What in the world? What the heck? And I couldn't understand it. Well, then guess what? A lot of the Beachbody coaches were not getting results. A lot of us were very frustrated. And I was one of the top coaches in our group, and they created a secret group. They created a secret coach group where, guess what we were doing? Keto. We were all eating keto, and we were having crazy results. I was feeling better than I had felt in ages. And why? Probably because I was finally giving my body the nutrients that it actually needed. And it was like, wait, what is happening? I'm not following the program. I'm not doing this. And I'm getting great results. Shakeology, which I have been drinking now forever, is starting to make me sick. They did a formula change or something, and it hurt my stomach. And I was like, God, how in the world can I continue to promote this? How in the world can I continue to say this is what I'm doing? And kind of the cognitive dissonance, and again, I'll talk about the business part later, was very big. Wait, no, I can't promote something that doesn't work for me. And it quit working for me. So I was watching, and I had a couple final straws. One was, I guess it was my great grandma coach. So my sponsor, her sponsor, her sponsor, her sponsor up here, she had been a top 10 coach. She was crushing it business-wise. She would show us her back office and how much money she was making. And she posted a before and after. You guys, she flipped them. The before picture was actually where she was now, and the after picture was from when she had lost her weight a long time ago. And it was like, you're lying? You are lying. That is not your before and after. And it was like, okay, wait, what? And then I started digging more into nutrition, and I started looking at different things. I started looking into the keto diet. I started looking into different things. And then 80-Day Obsession. 80-Day Obsession was coming out. And as I started to learn more about it, all of these alarm bells were going off. Like, Amy, if you try this, you were going to get further and further into disordered eating. The problems that I started to see with it, timed nutrition. So people would show their alarms on their iPhones, and it was like 4 a.m. pre-workout meal. This, take Energize, workout, eat this meal, eat this meal, eat this meal. And it was like a full day of alarms going off, telling you to eat. And when you were eating, it was like fairly small amounts. They would tell you what containers to eat. And it was like, why in the world is a health and wellness company promoting a program called Obsession? And I was like, wait, what? Like, what am I doing? And I knew that it wasn't working for me. So I decided that I was going to change and that I was going to do something else. When I quit, like I said, I had gotten fairly into keto, and I did leave Beachbody to go to a different MLM, which was Prove It. And I will talk about that on a different call. I wasn't in Prove It that long, actually. And so I quit Beachbody, and I was publicly bullied by my coach. And I'll talk about that a little bit more over on the business call, because that's kind of where that came. But she went back on a post. So I had posted like a transformation post in July, and I quit in December. She went back to that July post. Why she chose that one, I don't know. She went back on that and called me out in the comment section, and it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. The backlash that she gave me, but then that my community gave her. Whoa. And maybe one day I'll share some of those screenshots, but go check out the business call, because that one's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind about the different things that I did and that happened business-wise, because that is a whole different topic. And that really is where these multi-level marketing companies get you. They preyed on every insecurity that I had in both ways: my health, my wellness, my weight, my worth as a human, my worth as a mom, being an at-home mom who wanted to do something more, who wanted to provide for some extras for our family. I wanted to take some of that burden off of my husband. Every insecurity and vulnerability that I had, they hit and they preyed on. And I watch it every day on social media, and it hurts my heart because I realized that I was a victim and I was the prey. And then very quickly, I became the perpetrator or the predator. I didn't do it knowingly. It was on a subconscious level, I probably did, because I would post something and like those bells would go off and like, oh, is this really right? Is this what you're doing? But they hit on all of those. And for me, it was definitely my weight loss journey was my gateway to all of this. And I will say, it's kind of funny. Whenever a new program comes out in Beachbody, you have to do it. You have to do the new program because you want to be a product of the product. So it seemed so weird to me that every Beachbody coach had befores and afters for every program. And I was like, when am I going to get to just being an after? Like, and that's just how I am. Why are none of these coaches maintaining results? And that was like a question, and it stayed there in the back of my mind, and it's still there. All of these coaches, oh, I fell off the wagon. Oh, I did this. No, your body is rejecting what you're doing. You're hurting your metabolism, and your body is forcing a binge so that it gets the nutrients that it needs. So that's why you all have before and afters and before and afters and a new before and after. It's crazy. And I would find myself feeling like I was forced to do workouts. Just one quick story. When Hammer and Chisel came out, Hammer and Chisel was Sagi Kalev. He had created Body Beast. And then Autumn Calabrese, who was the 21-day fix, 80-day obsession, one of the worst examples of diet culture, in my opinion, that is out there, and who tries to spin it as just eat healthy, but make sure you're measuring everything in these containers, and calorie restriction and 80-day obsession and control freak. All of these things, I'm like, oh my gosh, the buzzwords, how did I not see this? Anyway, So she came out, they came out with a program called Hammer and Chisel. And it was like, you got to do it. So I bought my weight bench. I had everything. And I told my husband, I was about maybe halfway through the program. He's like, do you even like this? And I said, no, it is sucking my will to live. He's like, then why are you doing it? Because I feel like I have to. I feel like I have to be a product of the product. I have to promote it. He was like, oh my gosh, Amy, do movement that brings you joy. And so that's what I've switched to. I do movement that brings me joy. And I love lifting weights and I love doing aerobics, but I don't have to do anything on a schedule. I get to pick that. I get to pick what I need in a day. Do I need to just ride my recumbent bike or my elliptical and listen to podcasts? Maybe. I am still certified to teach several different, Beachbody Live dissolved, and I can talk about that later. That was another hot mess. They let you maintain, you can still use all of your certifications. So I'm still certified in all of those Beachbody formats. But then I'm also certified in a program called Metcon RX, which I love. And I have taught that periodically. But really I'm focused on healing and healing my body and trying to figure out what is going to make me happy. So that is the physical story. So it's interesting. So I quit Beachbody back in December of 2017. And for the most part, I have maintained my weight loss. I've gone up and down a little bit here and there. But for the most part, I've maintained that 75-pound weight loss, but I've never been able to get below that. And this may just be where my body wants to be, and that's okay. I never felt like I was enough, like I was good enough, like I was doing enough when I was in Beachbody, and both the health journey and the business. All of those failings were me. Well, you must not be following the program. That's why you're not getting results. You must not be following the program. Oh, you should probably add in Energize and drink it all day long, by the way, so that you can then stay up late, get up early, find those little mom cracks to do things in. And, oh, well, you're lifting weights. Well, you should do Recover, because that'll probably help your results as well. It was amazing. Whenever there was something that was a problem, Beachbody had like a product for that, and you better do it, because be a product of the product. But guess what? Their products stopped working for me. There's still times when I'm like, oh, I love that workout and I would love to continue to do that workout, but I refuse to support them. I refuse to support their mission and what they do to women, even just with the name. So that is my weight loss story with Beachbody. And now, buckle up. My next video is going to be the business side, and it's a zinger. It's pretty, and it's funny. I used to think that it was unique to me. It's not. It's not unique to me. This is most people's story that did Beachbody or have done any multi-level marketing company for that matter. So buckle up and let's go.